It is a great honor and privilege to welcome His Excellency Daniel Kauman, Ambassador of Israel to India, to IMB on this event. It's a sort of an occasion which is special for the institution and special for the relationship between India and Israel. It is also a matter of pride to welcome Mr. Ajay Vipin Nanavati, Chairman of Syndicate Bank, Dana Kirsch, the Consul General of Israel in Bangalore, and of course my friend Gadi Ariyaf. I now request Professor G Raghuram, our Director IMB, to deliver his opening address.
Hi, good evening to all of you and welcome to this occasion. Ambassador Karamon, Consul General, our other dignitaries connected with India and Israel, faculty colleagues, maybe some students, and all our friends and well-wishers for this venture. Well, I just thought I'll lay out the background as to how this center has come out to be. Well, just tracking a bit of history, I think bilateral collaborations formally started in '92, and then of course more recently there's been a lot of activity around it with President of Israel visiting India in November 2016, and then Prime Minister Modi visiting Israel this year. So traditionally the partnership has been in the areas of defense, aerospace, but now the opportunities are plenty more as we open up, agri-tech, digital health, fintech, industry, mobile and telecom, water, energy. So there are many areas where I would say especially Israel has moved significantly ahead in terms of technology, and India is, aspirational on those domains. So what is the complementarity that we see between India and Israel? So Israel offers a vibrant technology-based innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem, while India seeks to gain from this because of its strong aspirational entrepreneurial spirit. So that's one natural sort of complementarity. And the second, India offers a large market with innovative opportunities for penetration. Israel seeks to gain from this because of its strong aspiration for market scale-up. So we hope this mutual complementarity will sort of lay the seeds for this friendship, the academic collaboration, and this center. One of the reasons why Israel is where it is really the R&D investments that Israel makes as a proportion of the GDP. Israel is up there, and then there are other country colors there, but the point is that Israel is. Most recently we got the data on the ease of doing business. Right, that's the World Bank report, and I just compared India and Israel. Of course, I put in Japan because, Ambassador, you would know that recently we also set up an India-Japan Study Center here. So, of course, India has moved from 130 to 100 this year. So there's been lots of media sort of focus on that. Israel is in the 50s, and of course Japan is like in the 30s. Of course, there are 10 parameters which are sort of drilled down based on which this indicator is, indicator comes out. Of course, on most of them, given that the overall Israel is at 54 and India at 100, On most of them, Israel is better, except I was seeing that, I don't know, getting electricity. It seems like Israel is ranked behind India. Now, I don't know, you have to, But about getting credit, that's another parameter financially. And investors, again. So India has sort of made tremendous progress in that. So the sort of investor willingness in India is, right now we are 4th on that parameter globally, while Israel is at. So anyway, I just, while on most parameters, obviously Israel is better, there are a few parameters maybe where, at least in the recent past, India has done something which, gets the rank that it has. Of course, on paying taxes, we were at 172 and we moved to 119. I guess the taxation structure through the GST is what made the difference, though of course many people say maybe next year it might actually hit us back, because while at a structural level it's a major reform, but implementation we have to see what's really been happening. Lots of things need to be ironed out. Anyway, that's the overall rankings there. Well, some simple demographics. India's population, of course, compared to Israel, but Bangalore is a better comparison for Israel. And I guess that's the Israel-Bangalore connect. So population-wise, we are pretty much, whatever is the Bangalore urban population, about 8.5 million. Of course, area-wise, Bangalore is much smaller, a lot more people out within that smaller area. I guess Israel, there's a significant part which is sort of like a desert, but anyway. GDP per capita income, so you can see where India is and where Israel is. Of course, I think on a purchasing power parity basis, we could claim that Bangalore lifestyle on the average is a little closer. I think we could roughly multiply it 4 times. So we may be at, purchasing power parity wise about $20,000 compared to Israel at 37,000. So that's the. So there has been Israel-centric work at IIM Bangalore. So in a sense, this is a consolidation of what has been happening, and then, to use it as a launch pad for doing a lot more, both in breadth and in depth. And I guess that's how it should be, because there has to be some basis as to, why we want to give a structure to something that's kind of, already happening. So there's already been collaboration with Tel Aviv University, and more specifically the College School of Management over the last 4 years. I mean, thanks to Professor Gadi and our faculty who have been interacting with him. There is a course that has been jointly taught called Developing Technology Partnerships between Indian and Israeli Firms. Many of our students go to Israel, work with Israeli companies. So they are live projects. There is an exchange program, exchange week with the College School of Management, connected with some of our programs here. And then Technion and IIM Bangalore are part of a global network for advanced management, which is a network of 28 schools. Started out, the Yale University kind of played the initiation role there. And typically one school from each country, except I think US, UK kind of have 2 schools, but so why Israel Center at IIMB? Well, ongoing academic collaborations. Israel and Bangalore are hubs for creativity and innovation and startup ecosystems. Well, that no other similar initiative at management institutions, though we've heard OP Jindal University near Delhi seems to also has a focus on Israel. And I guess any other initiative is only in a nascent stage, and it's time to get started on this, the wonderful opportunities that this collaboration presents us with. So the mission is to act as a hub for research on Indo-Israeli interactions in the fields of technology, innovation, business strategy and history, government policies and culture, by bringing in scholars, business community and students together. And in a slightly sharper way, to help Israeli Indian business communities integrate, in a complementary way with the Indian and Israeli business communities. So we just derive the objectives from that mission. One is obviously to become a knowledge center of whatever research and knowledge base that we can glean from this, to nurture ongoing relationships, and especially for us to see more academic connect on the Israeli side, and of course to disseminate all this knowledge through a variety of activities. So, we would like to enhance the course that's going on, support the exchange programs between Israel and IAMB, create specific executive education programs where we can bring the executives from both countries together, common platforms, learn from one another, host international seminars, workshops, and so on, develop research and case studies based on companies that have kind of interests in one another, in each other, for sourcing, for markets, for whatever. And nurture the entrepreneurial spirit by creating training programs for stakeholders of the startup ecosystem. And specifically here we have another center which we can leverage, and that's our N.S. Raghuram Center for Entrepreneurial Learning. So we can do something, as I began right in the beginning, that in Bangalore and India for technology-based innovation, and in Israel, for market scale-up opportunities. That's really to put it across. Of course, we're setting up the center here. I was just telling our minister from the embassy that we have a new campus, and we would love to see these collaborations in some ways reflect even in a physical form, architecturally, buildings, centers, chairs. So these are potential opportunities which will enhance the scope and depth of the collaboration, and looking forward to support from all of you. Thank you very much.